Hello. I want to show you just a few things about some of the resources that you have available to you for your college algebra online class. So if you go into the course, I'm going to assume that you've already done all of the start here. You've read your announcement and done the start here, and you've got your link up set to work with the Pearson content. So when you go to course content, and we've got our objectives for the week here, we can see that we've got P5 factoring review. So there's a prerequisites chapter before chapter 1, and that's what the P stands for. And the only section we're going to look at from that is P5 factoring review. So before I start on my assignment, I'm going to click the text to get it opened up. And it's thinking. Okay, and I can get to P5 either by clicking here on the menu, and if I need to open the prerequisites chapter, come down to P5 and click that there. Okay, and I can close that up. My other option is if I know a page I want to get to, I can just type it in here. So like I can type in page 14, and that takes me back to the different section. I wanted page 64, so I'll type that in, and that's P5. All right, I've got the book ready. Now I'm going to go open the homework and get started on week 1. And we can see that this is P5 is our objective, and these are the questions. Now your questions like this, they won't be visible, you won't be clickable until you've clicked on the video associated with the content. So you might want to start a particular grouping here, maybe get out your notebook so you can take notes, click on the initial video. You have to click the start button. It's kind of tricky because you may not see it, but there's a start button down here. Okay, so this particular instructor is going to explain factor the greatest common factor. Okay, so I assume we've watched that whole thing, and then we're done with that video. And you may not want to, even though your questions will become available, you may not want to start on them right away because you may not want to take your chances, and you only get 2 tries, so you might want to do more practice before this. So that's what I'm going to show you is I've got a lot of practice available to me before I start committing to my homework question answers. Now I can go over to the Pearson e-text, and she was just telling us about factor out the greatest common factor. So we've got some examples here. You'll notice that in your text, there's these little world icons. If you hover over the world icon, it's going to either be another video. So this one tells us it's a video. And in fact, it's the same topic, but a different instructor. So if I click on that, you're going to get a little different perspective from, okay, so a little different. And then I've watched that, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm starting to get the hang of it, but I want to try some of these. So I can come down here, and if I look at another world icon that says you try it, it's going to give me an attempt, and it looks, and it's structured just like your homework assignment, but it's not going to count, and you can do it as many times as you want. So if I go find a you try it that pertains to the homework I'm working on, then I don't have to commit. So as I scroll along, if there's a particular topic, here I am on the next page, and there's another world icon, so that's a video. And then here's a couple more world icons. This is a you try it. So if I click on the you try it, again, I've got the ability to try it here. Now, when I get to the actual exercise set, you can see that all those topics that you're going to be covering and factoring are covered here with a mixture of videos and U-triads. But it's kind of annoying to have to do just a single one at a time. So I may want to take this textbook and go to the exercise set for P.5. So that's down here on page 74. And the exercise set's got the same thing. You can work these exercises out manually, but you can also practice them electronically. So if I click on that, I not only have just one exercise like we were seeing before, I've got all of these, and I can click on them and try to my heart's content. Okay, so if I'm going to factor out a GCF here, it's going to be a 4, and then that's the GCF. So on the inside of the parentheses, I'll have a 3x plus a 4. Okay, and I can check my answer. That's the difference. You'll know whether you got it right or not if you just do the text problem, unless you can go find the odd numbers in the answer key. There's an answer key in the back that gives you the answers to the odd numbers. But if you do it electronically, you get immediate feedback, and then you can move on to the next one that gradually graduates in difficulty. So I can try this one out. So if I'm looking for a GCF here, it's going to be 7, because 7 is the largest number that divides both of those coefficients. And then there's a x in common, at least one x. So I'm going to take 4x plus 3. And I can check my answer, and if I goofed, it'll give me a chance to try another one, as many as I like, and there's no penalty for however many you miss, because I'm doing it from the exercise set of the textbook. And then I say, I think I've got this idea down, factor out the greatest common factor. So I'm going over to my homework now, and I'm actually going to commit to the problems that are going to be graded. And again, I can only input 2 tries and then have to move on. Plus, this reinforces that you know the knowledge. I should stress that the homework is to help you. I mean, you do get graded on these homework assignments, but it's to help you understand the concepts. The tests are worth a lot more in your overall score, and they're going to require that you prove that you know it and you're not just fishing for the right answer. So that's something to keep in mind as you create your notebook and review. Okay, so and I can do that with each of these. And so this next section called factor by grouping, if I go to the e-text and I'm in my exercise set, I can see factor by grouping is this subset here. So if I want pre-homework practice, I'm going to click on that world icon and do these exercise from the text. Okay, so that's something that you don't necessarily spot right away, and I just wanted to kind of give you a way to go about studying for your homework. And then down the road here, we'll talk about the midterm exams, a long way off, but you've got a midterm and then your finals. So, and if you've got questions, you can send me an email, and I'm always willing to set up Zoom meetings and whatnot. So that's kind of all I've got for you right now. Go ahead and get started and peruse those materials. I guess the other thing I should show you is if you go to Pearson Course Tools and you get to the MyLab and Mastering course home, okay, this is the top level of your Pearson account. And I don't really take you there for the homework or anything, but you paid for it. So you might want to come here and do your own research and learning, and you've got every little bit that you paid for, and it's the only thing that's going to impact your grade is these homework assignments. Okay, so just get to the homework assignments through that course content link right here, and those are the things that are going to impact your homework score. But if you decide you want to do some research on your own and do other things in your course home, such as study plans and things like that, I don't. It's like an endless amount of material, so I'm just trying to direct it a little bit for you here in terms of the top level of course content. Okay. All right, that's it for now.